1.
Have you ever wanted to get in shape but failed because of poor organization and poor performance? Correct usage of technique, timing, and balance can transform your fitness levels by strengthening muscles and improving stamina. I've mastered these 3 concepts based on years of playing organized sports and knowledge I've obtained from various experts. A well-executed and balanced exercise routine is essential to your fitness program. So like a good friend, PAL is good to have. As you can see on the board, P stands for proper stretching, A stands for aerobic exercise, and L stands for lifting weights. We'll start with the lesson in stretching because it can easily be overlooked. For stretching, I've decided to demonstrate the kneeling hip flexor, but the principles of technique and timing are easily applicable to any stretch that you do. As far as technique, we'll start with posture. When doing the kneeling hip flexor, you want your back leg on the ground forming a 90-degree angle, and you want your front foot facing forward, stretched out a little bit. As far as your upper body, you want your stomach in, chest out, shoulders back, both hands on your front knee. As far as execution, you want to progressively push your hips forward to the point where it seems they're pushing towards the ground. The reason why you want to do that, as opposed to exerting yourself too early, is that you risk overexerting yourself and you can pull a muscle. As far as timing, there's a lot of different methods that people use. I prefer to go by a certain breathing technique. What does that mean? It means that when I start doing the kneeling hip flexor or any stretch, I start by inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds, and then repeating that inhale-exhale process throughout the duration of the stretch. For the kneeling hip flexor, since I usually do that for 20 seconds, I will start by inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds, and then repeating that process one more time. Now that we've loosened up with some stretching, let's move on to aerobic exercise. For me, the key to mastering aerobic exercise is by effectively alternating between different effort levels or different speeds within a short period of time. The reason why you want to do that is because you're constantly keeping your body guessing, which is making it work harder, which makes the aerobic exercise more effective. On the board here, I have 4 different effort levels or speeds that I alternate between when I do my aerobic exercise, which for me is jogging, but for you, it could easily be applicable to running, swimming, jump rope, treadmills, or elliptical bikes, any form of calisthenics or aerobic you can think of. On the top, we have 25%, which is equal to a warm-up, cool-down sort of a pace, 50%, which is equal to half speed, 75%, which is equal to 3/4 speed, and 100%, which is equal to full speed. To the right, I have an example of how I alternate between these 4 different effort levels that can hopefully serve as an example for you, the audience. When I do my aerobic exercise, I start by warming up for about 2 minutes to ease myself into the process. Immediately after that, I go right into half speed for 2 minutes, then 3/4 speed for 2 minutes, and then full speed for 2 minutes. After I go full speed for that first time, I go right back to half speed, and I repeat this cycle twice more. After I go full speed for that 3rd and final time, I immediately go to a cool down phase for about 2 minutes to ease myself out of the cycle. Once more, the reason why you want to alternate between different speeds is because you're challenging your body, which is making it work harder, which makes the aerobic exercise more effective. Now, doing this entire example takes about 22 minutes. With any sort of aerobic exercise that you do if you're doing jogging, you would probably have to go twice as long just to receive the same benefit if you went at a constant speed. Now that we've warmed up with some stretching and aerobic exercise, we'll finish with a trip to the weight room. As far as weightlifting is concerned, I decided to demonstrate the power squat, because for me it's the toughest lift to master. As far as technique and posture, upper body, same as the kneeling hip flexor. You want your chest out, stomach in, shoulders back. As far as gripping the bar, you want to have your thumb at the edge of the rough part of the bar right before it reaches the smooth edge, and you want to do that for both hands. You want to wrap your hands around the bar and then grip it. As far as your lower body technique, you just want your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. As far as execution, you don't want to rely on your knees or your lower back to drop yourself down or lift yourself up, because if you do, you risk hurting yourself. The way I was taught to do the power squat was to bring yourself down, you bring your hips back and drop them down like you're about to sit in a chair slowly, hold for a second, and then to lift yourself up, you want to rely on your core, that is your abdominals, quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves, to explode your hips forward so you don't have to rely on your back and your knees. As far as timing, I use breathing techniques just like with stretching. When I drop my hips down, I inhale for 5 seconds, hold for a second, and then exhale as I'm bringing myself up. Very simple. Congratulations. You are now prepared to maximize your fitness potential now that you've mastered proper stretching, aerobic exercise, and lifting weights. Like a good friend, PAL won't let you fail, because I'm convinced that's something PAL won't allow to happen.